Okay, so welcome in. I'm glad that you came back. I can't wait to hear what we're gonna talk about. So first, we're just gonna start off with a little funny question. So if you could be any fruit today, what would you describe yourself as being?
Any fruit. Um, oh, that's a good one. I would say a green apple, probably.
Okay,
Green
what's that?
apple. Because one, I love green apples. They're really good fruit. They're tasty, but they're also green, which kind of like moving forward. Like I said in our last one, the color. And then, um, I don't know, something about apples. I feel like is just like symbols with me as a person as like the tough outside the hard, like they're was letting you go. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling about it, but like I just feel like in like a green apple.
Yeah.
I have bit.
That's a great explanation. I love it. So just a breakdown of how this session is going to go today. It was the same as last time, but first we're going to discuss your weekly goals that we set and then check up on your 3-month goals and really discuss how they're going and see what weekly goals we can set for this new week. So first, going off of last session, well, the goals that we set were being more dedicated to setting, so like setting that hour of day type of thing. So how's that going?
It's going great. I mean, obviously with every goal, it's not gonna be perfect when you first start out and you're trying to achieve it, but I'm doing really well in that, I think personally, and achieving that decently. So, but yeah, I'm confident, I'm still confident in myself in that, and it's working pretty well for me.
So going off of that, have you actually set that hour of day or has it kind of been sporadic throughout your day?
It really just depends day to day, honestly. Like, on certain days I have a certain schedule that I have to go to like classes and everything, so like it kind of like just moves day to day, but so I would say maybe more like sporadic a little bit, but I try to like keep it in kind of the same time frame, if that makes sense. Albeit it's not exactly the same time every time.
Okay. So going off of that and being able to get into that schedule and routine, how has it been with like basically the procrastination? Has it helped a little bit? Because I know that is a 3-month goal.
100%. I mean, 100% help. Just having more of like a regimented schedule to adhere to really, like it just helps me focus on what I need to do, and it helps me lock in, so to say, quote unquote, into what needs to be done and put all my focus onto what I have to do instead of what I want to do in those moments. So I would say it it really does help with it has helped with procrastination. Obviously, I'm still not perfect. Obviously,
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. I still like lack here and there. I still get some doubt, but overall, I feel like it has helped me a decent amount.
Well, awesome job at working towards that. Now let's switch over to nutrition wise. I know we discussed about getting better at eating out and everything like that. So how has this past week been with like fast food and incorporating different healthy options?
Fast food, I mean, healthy options, obviously it's gonna be a little struggle because of how like the world is and everything, you gotta have everything fast. So I'm not gonna lie, I have like kind of been eating out a little bit more this past week because I mean, I just really haven't had much time to maybe like cook food for myself or eat healthier options. So I have unfortunately kind of like eaten out a decent amount this week, which isn't really like great, but I'm not like too down on myself about it because I know that sometimes there's just no other option for me, and that it's not always 100% attainable to eat clean, healthy all the time.
So when you're eating out, are you choosing healthier options or you're still choosing your regular go-tos at fast food restaurants?
I am trying to choose healthier options when I can. If I need something like just quick, if I'm just starving, I mean, I probably just swing into anything I see and just buy a quick burger, chicken, fried chicken or whatever. But I mean, I try to eat a little healthier where I can. I mean, I know Chick-fil-A is not the it's not the most healthy, but it's decently healthy. It's a decent bit healthier than other fast food restaurants in like the same category. So, I mean, I try a little bit, but
Yeah.
obviously I'm not 100% with it.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A does have their salads and stuff like that, so that's a good option. Okay, going towards working towards the sleep, do you notice since from this last week you've been eating out a lot more? Had that affected your energy levels, sleep-wise, all of that because of the stuff you're putting into your body?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, with like, how you say like after, Thanksgiving, people eat a ton of Thanksgiving, they just sleep all the time. That's kind of like what it is with like fast food and like the fast and stuff, because it makes your body, like, it makes you want to go to sleep and like take naps. So I don't know if it has like a positive or negative effect, to be honest. Sleep wise, I've been doing pretty decent this last week. I mean, I've been getting like 7 to 8 hours most nights, which is really nice. And I've been going to bed, and I've been going to bed at like 12-ish though, and I would still like to go to bed a little bit earlier. But like I've been getting a decent amount of sleep, even though I'm going to bed still at a kind of late time, even though I'd like to move up earlier in that, but I've still been getting decent sleep.
That's awesome. So wrapping up our weekly goals, I've noticed that you've been trying, like obviously from what you're saying, it's obviously gonna be hard starting off and all that because you're not used to that. But leading in and transitioning to our 3-month goals, I know you just hit on the sleep thing. I know one of your 3-month goals was to start going to bed before 11.
Mhm.
So I know you said that it's been midnight this week, but how overall do you think and you feel about that and your confidence level?
I'm still fairly confident in that. I mean, this last week I've been kind of like I've had a decent amount of schoolwork I've had to do, and that leads a little bit back to procrastination as well. But I mean, I've been having to stay up and complete the schoolwork because we're on advising week. I mean, I gotta look at all my classes to register. I got a lot of stuff I gotta focus on. I've got big group projects I have to do. So like it like kind of pulls me in all
Mhm.
areas, and like do have to stay up a little late to like kind of try to work and finish stuff. But I mean, going to bed earlier, I'm still pretty confident that I can do that I can start doing that. Put it at like an 8. I put it at like an 8 doing that. I'm still fairly confident I can start going to bed before 11, but I mean, just this last week has been kind of like all over the place for me.
Mhm.
So it's just been kind of a little rough. I've had a little bit of a setback.
Yeah. Okay, going off of, I know, like you said, you just touched on like schoolwork wise, all of that, and staying up later for it. How has your mindset been with schoolwork? Do you feel stressed? Is it a lot going on right now, or you feel pretty content with the stuff you're being able to get done and everything?
Um, I mean, with everything comes a little bit of stress. I wouldn't say I'm not a super stressed out person though. I think I can handle it. I think I handle stress pretty well, and I know like that I can complete tasks in a decently timely manner. And I know if I put my focus on that, I can get it done and not really have to worry about it as much. But I mean, the stress. I mean, obviously as college students, we'll always have stress with trying to get assignments in on time or not miss anything or worry about a grade. But I feel like mindset wise, I'm still like confident, and I still feel like I can really make that change.
Mhm.
And even with all the stress that might come with it, I can still make that change to really prioritize and not procrastinate, like just focus on my work and get it done as soon as possible.
Do you think that procrastination that you're talking about affects that mindset also?
Probably, yeah. I mean, like I don't want to like, it's not that I'm a lazy person, it's just when I don't want to do something, I don't want to do something. So if I don't want to, if I don't feel like doing schoolwork right now, I just would kind of like blow it off, because it's like, I would rather do something else. So like procrastination is just kind of like, yeah, with the mindset, it does affect it a little bit, but I'm trying to work on that. to
Good
make it
job.
better.
That's awesome. I'm glad you can recognize that and know that you need to work towards that. And going off of nutrition, I know we touched base a little more on it about it, but we kind of discussed 3-month wise how you were feeling that you want it to get back and like you track your calories, all of that, which is great. How has it been with like working out? When you do eat better, I know this week has been a little iffy on that, but when you do eat better, do you see that goal being increased through your exercise and all of that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, being able to track everything, I won't lie, I have kind of like slacked off a little bit with that. Just in kind of like the last week with everything that's going on, it's, and with all the fast food, it's kind of hard to kind of track everything that's in that with all the different stuff, and some places might not have menus. But nutrition wise, I feel like that is definitely, I mean, I'm still feel on track with my 3 month goals. Nutrition wise, I feel like that's still very achievable, probably like a nine, I can put a nine on that and achieve that. I'm very confident in myself about that, but like I said, it's just, this last week has been a little rough, and then just trying to find ways to fit healthier nutrition in where I can, when I can. But yeah, I mean, it's just, the week is iffy.
So basically, from what I'm gathering, overall, there has been improvement, which is great. There's obviously still things we all need to work on other than that, but reflecting back on like nutrition wise, procrastination, the mindset change, all of the things that are included in your 3 month goals, what do you think your biggest strength is when it comes to between those that now that you've started working on them?
My biggest strength, I would have to say the biggest strength out of those three. Um, it would probably honestly be working on procrastination and like using, although my schedule's been kind of like sporadic here and there and not set in stone, I would say working on procrastination by setting a schedule has been like my biggest strength, because it really like, I dedicate that time to an activity, and so it helps me focus on it more, and that's probably the biggest strength I have, is setting that dedicated time to work on stuff to avoid procrastinating on schoolwork and other activities that I need to do.
With setting that time dedicated to schoolwork and all of that for yourself, how has it been with the phone distraction? I know that was a big thing that we talked about in our last session. So how has that been with all of that, with your strength? And has that kind of affected that being your strength or?
The phone distraction, yeah, I did start like leaving my phone in my room and going off to a study room to work, which has really helped a lot, because I know like all the social media and stuff. I mean, I'm addicted to my phone. I think we can all kind of say that a little bit, and I try not to be. So putting it aside and like leaving it in my room while I go to work on schoolwork has really helped a lot. And it just helps me focus more on my work instead of constantly checking my phone to see what's happening or who's texting or what notifications I'm getting. So phone strength, while it is kind of like, it's kind of, yeah, like I am kind of still attached to it, like I still want to like know what's happening, leaving it away from me while I go do that work has really helped in like my procrastination, because I'm not constantly checking it all the time. I'm actually focusing on doing my schoolwork and getting stuff done.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you're able to do that. Now transitioning into like probably less, the ones you're feeling less confident in and all of that, like what is your main weakness throughout those goals? Kind of what we're looking at.
Main weakness, honestly, I would probably say the nutrition wise, honestly, just because it's like, sometimes you don't want to, you have to eat the healthy food, sometimes the fast food it's delicious. I mean, it tastes good. You don't want to have to like spend the money on going out buying all the ingredients you need and then spending the time to cook it and pack it. So sometimes just having that quick gratification from a fast food place with a delicious box combo from Cane's is just like, this is probably my biggest weakness, because like I love Cane's. That's probably my favorite fast food restaurant. And just nutrition wise, like just trying to eat healthy has probably been my biggest weakness, because I know I want to work on that, but sometimes it's just hard to like find places to fit that in and really like focus on eating healthy all the time.
With trying to fit that in and working better at that and working towards that goal. What about if you started grocery shopping set one day during a week? And what about if you grocery shopped, grabbed your fruits, veggies, all of those things, better snacks for you? How do you think that would be impactful to that goal?
That would actually really help a lot. I mean, setting a dedicated day to go shopping for that, I mean, and looking for what I want to incorporate would honestly help a lot because I would be in that environment around all the fruits and vegetables that I would like to incorporate into my diet, and seeing that and like spending a day just gathering everything I need for the week. I feel like that would actually really help a lot, and it could really help boost my diet in ways that would also maybe result in me not spending as much money in fast food as well, because it can be cheaper to be able to do that. Yeah, I think that sounds like that's a great idea.
Okay, so transitioning into that idea, now looking back at what we're gonna work on through those goals and getting to that 3-month goal, do you think grocery shopping and all that would get you there faster to completing that 3-month goal of nutrition wise, or no?
Probably, honestly, I mean, being able to just, it's not really something I do very often, but doing it would probably help a lot because I could see what I want in front of me instead of just like thinking about it, maybe instead of actually like going there and being around the fruits, vegetables, healthier options of meat, stuff like that would actually probably help because I would be around it instead of just thinking about it and being like, oh, I need to incorporate this into my diet. I could actually be around it. I could actually physically pick it up and grab it and put it in my cart and use it later.
Yes, it's in your face, so you're more prone to grabbing it. Okay, transitioning to all what you said, I'm very proud of you. You're working towards goals and you're doing a great job. Let's transition into creating new goals for this coming up week. First focusing on, obviously, you said your biggest weakness was probably the nutrition. What can you do this week you think that would be beneficial to start incorporating it to make it to that 3-month goal?
I could go grocery shopping. I go grocery shopping. I could also set a budget for myself, I think, with how much I spend out on fast food, which would also probably help a lot. I honestly think the grocery shopping and setting a budget for fast food would probably work really well. Because with the grocery shopping, I can obviously be around the stuff I want to eat, and then setting a budget, I can limit myself on how much I eat out in a week.
Awesome. Now focusing in on sleep wise, is there anything you think you could be doing different wise or incorporating more of to be able to get to that 3-month goal?
Um, I would say, maybe just like with, um, I'm, I know this is like comes back to procrastination, but trying to finish things earlier in the day than having to do them late at night because of procrastination. So probably just finishing schoolwork early so I don't have to do it and I'm worried about it and then be up late.
I know you incorporated the procrastination into that, but how do you feel wise? Do you think you can set a different goal towards your procrastination? Because I know procrastination and sleep kind of coincide with each other with you. Do you think there's anything more deeper you can go into with procrastination?
I could probably allot myself more time throughout the day to work on schoolwork instead of just like the hour and a half, 2 hours. I could set maybe 2.5 hours of dedicated time to really work and try to complete everything I need to do instead of just an hour and a half, which would probably help a lot.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, basically what we're looking at is we're gonna start grocery shopping, budget planning, all of those things to be able to increase the nutrition goal, and procrastination and sleep coinciding together and looking more, giving more time to schoolwork, putting that phone away, really zoning in on getting things done really early when you can before you go to bed to where you're not stuck up late doing that. So going off of all things that we talked about, do you have any questions of anything you have that you're wondering, suggesting, anything that you're feeling throughout? Are you feeling pretty confident in the goals that we set?
No, I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah.
I'm glad. Can we get, what are we feeling?
Say 8. I'll say 8.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. I
you.
appreciate you and you being very accommodating and being awesome at completing those goals and trying to get to them. I see the effort you're putting in, so thank you for your time and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, you too.